So if you had a bar chart, at the top is 100%, the bottom 0. Why do African Americans have less wealth in the United States on average than, let's say, Asians or white people? A woke person, under my definition, would say systemic racism is like very close to 100% of the reason. A guy like me says, well, hang on a second. What do you base that on? What's your data? Could it be that maybe it's 55% the reason? And maybe the other parts are other explanations, like culture. See, these questions get to the root of the issue. And these are questions that the average woke progressive hasn't even thought about. Or they're unwilling to even entertain the idea that what explains a outcome might not be what you think it is. Now I sitting here saying that yes, systemic racism, the past, the history of slavery has set African Americans back, no question. But in the year 2023, when we have, let's say, a 20-year-old African American male who's in poverty, what explains that? Are you seriously going to tell me it's 100% systemic racism? And this is why a lot of progressive woke people will not talk to me, because I will get them to admit, well, okay, Doug, I agree with you. Maybe it's 5%. They got crappy parents or no dad in the home. 5%. I'll give you 5%, Doug. Whereas another African American family did have a father in the home and they're doing much better. Okay, Doug, I'll give you that. But even that is a tough admission for some people, because it just makes some people feel bad. And we can't have that. It's much easier to blame others than, let's say, parents. But to say that everything, all the injustices, all the wealth disparity is 100% systemic racism, you know, you sound like an extremist, radical, crazy person. You do. I don't say it's 0%, and you shouldn't say it's 100. And if you start talking about history and how it affects people, I mean, you start setting yourself for some very dangerous conversations, like people who've been very oppressed, very persecuted, and as a whole are successful today in certain countries, like the Jews. Hello? Oh, can't talk about that. And my definition of woke, where you have so much compassion and feel sorry for them, you're not willing to even give 5% personal responsibility for, let's say, a culture or a family, whatever. That's what I mean by this feel sorry forism, this hyper giving excuses. It's never a person's fault. Never, ever, ever, never. It can't be, because then we're viewing them as bad people or stupid people or whatever. We can't have that. Well, here's the fact. Some people are stupid. Some cultures are worse than others.